7:20 p.m. and I just had a little bit of an urge to come out here and do a little bit of recording. I don't know why, other than to state this is the current conditions, and where is our thunderstorm. And speaking of which, I'll go ahead and get back to that hopefully in a moment. But I want you to notice the wind direction here. Okay, now this is wind coming or originating from the east. We are in our springtime months headed into summer. Throughout the majority of my lifetime, when we would get precipitation, it would originate in the upper western coastal states, typically Washington, Oregon, as the ocean waters would heat up, evaporate, come over the mountains, condensate, and create those storm systems that would come across the upper U.S. states along the borderline in Canada and the U.S. most generally. And that is where our spring and summertime precipitation would originate from. During the winter months, it would be the Gulf of Mexico. And as that would heat up, of course, the lower southern states along the Gulf of Mexico. There we go. Well, those waters would heat up, and the air currents would generate storm systems from the Gulf of Mexico and work their way upwards, northwards, and going from that almost tropic type climate, traveling northward in the cooler temperatures, that precipitation would go from liquid form into frozen form, thereby that is where we would get our snow. It was either or. That was the norm many years back. Today, we get all these pop-up so-called systems. We get precipitation from the east that we never really used to get. We get these almost like hurricane patterns of precipitation that move round and round Michigan, whereas when I was growing up, whenever we would get long bouts of precipitation, such as like for a week long during the spring, all of that precipitation would be coming from the western states, the upper western states, like I stated. None of that is the case anymore. And, well, I guess we must have somehow missed out on a thunderstorm. What time did I say it was? Of course, they're still up there, doing their thing. Adding to the milkiness and, doing their little creations here. Did you happen to study that earlier recording of mine today, from this morning? Did you happen to see multiple sources of light that came in spherical formation? Is there anything that we are seeing currently? And I believe I am zoomed in all the way, and no, I have not dimmed the lighting. As far as I'm concerned, I think that's enough. I could stand out here that much longer so you could see what could be seen. But nobody seems to really care. But this will be the last recording from today. Isn't that just most interesting looking? There, now the lighting is dimmed. Tally ho, and away I go.